Well, welcome everyone to our new devotional series that, as far as the devotional is concerned, Peter, it goes for 25 days and it's focused on the writings of John, but we're doing a little
I'm
different.
going to stretch it out a little bit.
By how many days?
We're going to add 2 days.
Yes.
Today's a day for us to get to know you, for you to get to know us. And then the last day is kind
It's
of
the
our...
big feels day, right? In the sense of just getting to know each other. And
yeah, we're smiley and excited. And
so I have a question.
It can only get worse.
When are you going to get a haircut? That's like a dad question.
I don't know. Mom said I looked like Paul Bunyan.
Paul
Which
Bunyan.
I look nothing like any Paul Bunyan.
Paul Bunyan's a big
But that
burly
just means
lumberjack.
that just
Oh
means
my
like
gosh.
she was like, you look like Paul Bunyan, which is just like you look like a mountain man.
Yeah, but no, you don't.
That's the only time in my life, like my whole professional career, no one will be able to penalize me for like
Right.
growing it all
You know,
out.
speaking of which, too, there's that sense you're in grad school, but there's been some shifts with that. It's a lot of online stuff now, and so
it's gonna be a weird year. I don't really have to show up to play ball in the same way.
yeah, that
So
makes
I'm gonna
sense. Kind of
See
letting
what
it go.
happens.
I think you're saving money too.
I mean, what?
Haircut.
Oh yeah. I don't have like a movie star level haircut budget.
Right. But with all this in mind, 25 days.
Yeah.
And this is day zero, and then we'll do a day 26. But we've picked this idea of the writings of John, and so a little bit about why we did this. So why did we pick the the writings of John? Like, what's the draw here?
Well, we like the Bible Project, and so if you haven't taken the time to sign up for the Bible Project reading plan, there's a little guide video in the email that got sent about how to do that.
And I've got a link in this email they can click on to sign up.
Yeah, in the YouVersion Bible app, you look for the Bible Project, and the Bible Project has the writings of John. And you know, it's funny how long you can like be a Christian, follow Jesus, go to church.
Sure.
But you spend a lot of time looking at fairly isolated and kind of detailed chunks of scripture. And they could be from all over the place. So if you read, I don't know, Jesus Calling or something, you're getting a bit from here and a bit from there. And that's good. Like, there are a lot of great reasons to do that. But I think we often lack the opportunity to see things at a brush. And so we... You know, when this started, we went through Matthew, kind of. And we went through Paul, and we went through, and now we're going to go through John. Sure. Because we're looking less at minutia and details.
Yes.
And we're kind of going for like big picture. So what are the 3 to 5 things John really cares about? Eugene Peterson, who translated The Message, in his autobiography, The Pastor, says pastors only ever preach 3 sermons, which... I've thought a little bit about what your 3 sermons are, but the question at the end of this
They're amazing, though, aren't they?
The question's going to be, what are John's 3 sermons?
That's well put.
Paul's 3 sermons are like, God is reconciling the world to himself. All of the powers that hold humanity down have been defeated in Jesus, so we can have a new, and everybody's in.
Yes. Jew and Gentile, all in because of Jesus.
So what are John's...
Yeah, it's well put.
And I think this will also be fun because N.T. Wright, who we talk about a lot, has sometimes said, you know, in church it feels like, especially his church, in the Anglican church, you get the appetizer of the Psalms, and then you get the red meat of Paul's writings, and then you kind of get a side dish of the Gospels. Yes. Which is all backwards, right? Like, the Gospels should really be the heart of it. Yeah. So what we're going to try to do here is remind us, ourselves and everybody else, that it's not just Jesus and Paul in the group of people that we get to know and we listen to in the New Testament. There's also this guy called John. Yeah, that's good. The other thing that oftentimes, and Peter, we were talking about this before we shot the video, is that many times if I'm sharing faith with someone, I'll encourage them to read the Gospel of John, and then I'll meet with them and we'll talk about it, right? So if I have a friend that asks me questions about faith, Pete, why are you a Christian? I'll say, hey, read the Gospel of John, and then let's meet up. And it used to be Zinberger. I'm trying to find a new favorite place to meet. Zinberger, gosh, they're gone. I can't believe it. So, but
it's the Gospel of John, so they'll read it and talk about it. I know for me personally, it just reads well, and it seems to make sense to people when they read it with our kind of Western mindset a little bit. The other thing is John 3:16 is part of the Gospel of John, which is held up in the end zone, the outfield wall, and all that stuff.
John is this kind of, and I don't know why this is, but as I've been thinking and going back through the Gospel, John is this sort of like supercharged deposit of like random Bible things that you may know even if you're not a Christian.
Oh, I see.
So
yeah,
like
I can buy that.
The phrase born again,
Okay.
John 3:16. If you ever talk to a Christian, like, why do you think Jesus is God? Jesus will say, like, I and the Father are one.
Sure.
If Christians talk about like why they think Jesus is that mysterious phrase, the only way,
That's
they'll say,
John.
I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. There's all these funny little things. I mean, there's a lot that's not. There's no Christmas story.
Yeah.
But so John, you might be like, oh, that's where that's from.
Right. So Peter, as you just made mention of, there's no Christmas. The other thing that's missing is the lineage that's given in Matthew, which at times, if you ask someone to read that.
And another one in Luke.
And one in Luke. And so if you ask people to read that, they're like, what in the world's this all about? So John's kind of easy lifting.
There's no baptism story, not that that's...
Good
well,
or
there
bad,
is secretly.
Well, we could talk
We'll talk about that
Yeah.
in
But
2 days.
you know, I'm excited because I know for me, there's different views on who wrote the Gospel of John. I believe that it's Jesus's best friend. I think it is the disciple John, who in this book self-proclaims himself the disciple that Jesus loved. The Bible Project quickly references that there could be a different John that wrote it, but I'm of that camp. And so we're getting a window into Jesus from Jesus's best friend, which is kind of cool. And it just always lends me to think, Peter, what would your best friends say about you if they had to write a book about you?
My best friends are bad people. You don't want to talk to them.
Really? Gotcha. Nah. So anything else, Peter, that why you're excited about this new series that we're stepping into? Kind of what are some of the things that you've been thinking about?
Well, the motorcycle that we're riding is the Bible Project series, but we've decided to attach this little sidecar to it.
Right.
I don't know when these videos really got made.
Right.
But a professor of mine from college shows up in one while she's in her master's degree.
Wow.
So it had to be a little while ago.
Right.
We, throughout the series, are going to be referencing some videos that were produced by Yale Divinity School. And this videos all have the same format. There is a master's student usually, or a student at Yale, who will read the passage in John that's going to get commented on.
Right.
And then there are these two scholars who do the commenting. And one of them is just, I think he was a New Testament scholar, Bartlett. And then the other guy is the now ex, he's no longer there, dean at Yale Divinity. And the Bible Project video does a great job trying to take some of the maelstrom of academic terminology and debates.
Does a great job.
And get them down to you.
Right.
This is not trying to do that. Yeah. This is more...
So fair warning.
This is more throwing you into the deep end without a life vest. And, but I'm sure that there are some of the people who have faithfully watched these videos where you wish we would tack more that way some.
And go much deeper and maybe
into
more
the debates
academic.
and the nitty gritty and was this where and what is the Greek. And that does that really well. So if you go there, it's not super pastoral, it's not super devotional. Sometimes you're left with more questions than answers. But what these two guys are really good at is bringing a huge working knowledge of ancient literature and the Gospel of John's place in it. So you'll hear a lot about, I don't know, ancient Greek philosophy and Judaism of the first century. And it's really good. I love it.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, one of the things that is often referenced is people want to know the context. They want to know how would people have read what we're going to be talking about in the first century. And these academics are amazing at that. They're amazing at that. You may find a little dry at times, but I think it's worth looking into. And I think it helps us to have a better understanding. Well, look, we're excited about this new devotional. Again, if you have not yet signed up for it, please do. And we're really excited about this, and we're going to have a lot of fun with it, and father-son duo, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
And subscribe.
And make sure you subscribe
While
if you
we're
haven't
here,
done that yet. Yes.
You can subscribe to this playlist. You can hit a little bell that will let you know when videos go up. You can subscribe to the City Church YouTube channel. And just,
It helps us
it's
serve
like
you.
getting a membership, but it's free.
It's free. Anyway, that's it. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. God bless.